Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into some seriously cool AI stuff? This deep dive is going to be your cheat sheet to those sources you've got, cutting through all the tech jargon to bring you the most knows.
You got it. And trust me, things are moving at warp speed in the AI world these days, so staying updated is key. We're talking big changes, new models, even tools you can use right now. Should be fun.
Absolutely.
So let's jump right in with some major headlines. OpenAI and Microsoft, two giants in the game, are making some serious waves.
No kidding.
OpenAI just dropped their new model, officially calling it o1.
Big news.
And right on their heels, Microsoft unveiled Copilot Wave 2. And this isn't just a minor update. We're talking a whole suite of AI features designed to, revolutionize how we work. It's pretty huge. And, OpenAI's o1, that's a massive leap in AI. We're not just talking about data crunching here. This thing is using actual reasoning.
Right. Like a human.
Exactly. That's what makes it such a game changer.
Remember strawberry? That's what OpenAI was calling it back in development.
Ah, yeah.
Well, it's officially o1 now. They've got o1 preview and o1 mini versions, all built on this idea of thinking before answering. That's where the magic really happens.
It's kind of like how we solve problems, breaking things down into smaller steps, figuring it out logically. O1 can even spot its own mistakes, leading to much more accurate, human-like results.
It's seriously impressive.
Right.
o1 preview aced 83% of the International Math Olympiad qualifying problems.
Wow.
Compare that to GPT-4's, what was it, 13%?
Yeah, huge difference.
Night and day. It's available to ChatGPT Plus and Team users right now, so if you're already on those platforms, you can actually take it for a spin.
Nice.
Now, switching gears to Microsoft's Copilot Wave 2. Like I said, it's this whole collection of AI features that are going to completely change how we work. Think of it as your new set of superpowered work buddies.
And this is where things get really interesting, I think. We're talking about AI woven into our everyday tasks, analyzing data, writing presentations, you name it. It has the potential to make us so much more productive, but, and this is a big but,
I see where you're going with this.
what happens to those jobs that AI can now do?
It's a huge question for sure. We'll definitely dig into those implications a bit later. But first, let's break down some of the key features in Copilot Wave 2, the ones you'll likely be using yourself. It's wild how AI is popping up everywhere these days, right? Like, remember all that back and forth about self-driving cars?
Yeah.
Well, one of the articles you've got actually has some pretty mind-blowing data from Waymo, the self-driving car company.
Oh, right. Yeah, their safety report.
Yeah, that's the one. It said over 22 million miles driven, their cars had, get this, 84% fewer serious crashes than human drivers.
84%, that's huge.
Right. It really makes you stop and think about how autonomous vehicles could totally change the game for road safety. It's not just about, convenience anymore. It's about actually saving lives.
No question. Although public perception, I think that's still a big hurdle. And regulations, those are always playing catch up.
For sure. But still, that data from Waymo is pretty compelling.
Right.
It shows how far things have come.
Absolutely.
It's a good reminder, though, that we got to look at the hard facts, not just get swept up in all the AI hype.
Definitely.
Speaking of which, something else that came up in your sources, and it's a biggie, education.
Right.
There was an article, I think it was that in-depth one, about ZAKA AI.
Yeah, ZAKA.
They're all about AI education and services.
Which is smart, That whole sector is booming right now. Everyone wants a piece of the AI pie.
Totally. And ZAKA seems like they're right on top of it. They offer training in, machine learning, data science, all that good stuff.
The core stuff, yeah. Machine learning, data science, data engineering, data analytics.
Exactly. They cover it all. But here's what I thought was interesting. They're not just targeting, the tech whiz is already in the field. They've got programs specifically designed for, normal people, professionals who are crazy busy but want to, upskill or maybe even switch careers entirely into AI.
Makes sense, right? AI is everywhere now. It can't just be for the engineers anymore.
Exactly. And you mentioned they have this cohort-based approach. What's that all about?
Yeah, so instead of just, going through a course solo, you're learning alongside a group, kind of like a built-in support system,
I like it.
Yeah, you can bounce ideas off each other, get feedback, that kind of thing. Plus, they offer online and part-time options, so you don't have to quit your day job to, level up your AI game.
That's key.
Yeah.
AI education needs to be accessible. Not everyone can just drop everything and become a full-time student.
Totally.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground here.
Yeah.
From, self-driving cars to AI education.
It's a lot.
But there's one more thing from your sources we got to dig into. AI tools, the actual applications of all this stuff.
The fun part, putting theory into practice.
Exactly. Get ready for a rapid-fire tour of some of the coolest AI tools out there. There's a lot to be excited about, trust me.
All right, so first up on our AI tool tour, we've got Persado. They're using AI to create ad copy, but here's the kicker. It's all about conversions.
Yeah, they're not just throwing words around.
Right.
Persado actually digs into the data, figures out what language really clicks with different audiences, and then boom, tailors the ad copy to match. It's like AI-powered persuasion. Exactly, and that personal touch is becoming so crucial, right?
Huge.
Okay, next tool, Emotiva. This one's interesting. It analyzes the emotional responses to ads.
It's kind of freaky how good AI is getting at reading emotions, isn't it?
Totally. So how does it even work?
I'll use all sorts of cues, facial expressions, tone of voice, you name it, to figure out how people are really feeling about an ad.
Wow.
It's like they're getting inside people's heads, all in the name of marketing, of course.
It's crazy. Data is king, right?
Totally.
Which brings us to our next tool, and this one's for all the data lovers out there. Pathmatics.
Oh, Pathmatics. This is a good one.
So what they do is they give you this inside look at your competitors' ad strategies.
Yeah, like a secret weapon. They use AI to track ad spending, what
Right.
kind of creative they're using, who they're targeting, all that juicy stuff.
It's like having a crystal ball for your competitors' marketing department.
Exactly.
This next one is going to blow your mind, Amiki. They create personalized ads at scale using AI. We're talking thousands of variations, each one tailored to specific people.
It's insane. It's like they took the concept of personalization and just like put it on steroids.
It's incredible, right? And this was practically unthinkable just a few years ago.
I know, right? The speed of progress is mind-boggling.
Tell me about it. Okay, moving on from the online world to something a little different out of home advertising, like billboards.
Billboards, bus stops, all that.
Exactly. Well, there's a company, OneScreen, that's using AI to shake things up in that space.
So instead of just like static billboards, they're using AI to make them dynamic, right?
Exactly. They analyze all sorts of data like traffic patterns, weather, even social media trends to decide which ads to show and when.
So you're more likely to see an ad that's actually relevant to you. Pretty cool.
It's like they brought the targeting power of the internet to the physical world.
All right, one last tool before we wrap things up. This one's called Infographic, and it's a game changer for content creators.
Oh yeah, this one's neat.
Have you ever wished you could just like magically turn a super long blog post into one of those eye-catching infographics?
Who hasn't? A picture is worth 1,000 words, right?
Right. Well, Infographic does exactly that. You feed it your content, and it uses AI to whip up an infographic that presents all the key points in a way that's both informative and visually appealing.
It's like having a personal graphic designer on call, only way cheaper and faster. And with that, we've reached the end of our AI deep dive.
That was a whirlwind.
It was a lot to cover, but hopefully you're feeling a little more in the know about all things AI now.
Definitely. From crazy new models to super practical tools, we covered it all.
And remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The world of AI is changing every single day. New tools are popping up, new advancements are being made, and it's impacting just about every part of our lives.
No doubt. And it's only going to get wilder from here.
You got that right.
Yeah.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep asking questions.
Absolutely. Stay curious out there.